Hello once again guys, and welcome back to Warlock, Master of the Arcane. We've just had the yellow guy declare war on us, and we have a few neutrals to be dealing with, but we're going to do our best to get through all of these issues as we can. Unfortunately, the yellow guy really seems to want to attack Doomford. I'm not particularly happy about this, so I am going to do my very best to rain on his parade shortly. I have a very nasty fiery spell in the works here, so I'm going to try and dump that on him as soon as possible. We've also got this neutral unit here, which is actually part of a quest. We're going to get quite a lot of kudos for taking that out. Offer is accepted, managed to get our alliance back. Our spell is now ready, so what we're going to do is do as much damage to both of these units respectively as we can. Try and get them right down, and we're then going to take our spell and drop it right here. Does a bit of damage to our units of course, but our buildings, but not too much, and we've pretty much sorted that problem out. Still got this guy to deal with, but we're doing more damage to him than he's managing to do to us, so I can live with that. We do have our hunters ready as well, so I'm going to move the hunters forward. And I'm going to get them to start firing at him as well. It's going to do very, very little damage, but every little bit helps. Okay, what can you guys see? What have we got here? Okay, we've got some more walls. I'm not sure where these are coming from. I actually haven't seen anywhere where they're spawning, so I seem to be getting attacked by units every turn now, but unless they're coming through the portal, which is a real possibility, I don't actually know where they're coming from, so... But I need to think about getting some settlers over here, so maybe that's something that I'm going to do. Maybe we're going to go to Bonefoot, and we can't produce settlers here yet. Can we produce settlers at Norcastle? Yes, we can. So we're going to do that, and I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see. Granary's completed, and the market's completed. We're doing quite decently for food. Gold is still a bit of a problem, but not terrible right now. So, are we actually going to try and take Kingsword out and be done with this idiot once and for all? I think that's probably the best thing now. Of course, the problem I'm going to have is if the red guy decides to go for me, there's not an awful lot that I can do. So this is where I do have to be careful. But I'm going to start to try and move my units up. And we are going to, at the very least, attempt to try and take this place out, because I'm just absolutely sick of the guy now. So, let's just try and spam the crap out of him with shadow bolts and things if we can. Don't even know if that hit. Maybe we don't actually have enough line of sight on it. Right now we can see it, so let's go for a shadow bolt. We can't quite cast it on this turn. So can we move you back? No, because you're out of movement, so that wasn't a particularly bright move, was it? Right, let's go and... Can we go through this portal on this turn? No, we can't. All these guys are fully healed up though, so let's actually stick our head through the portal now and see what we can find. Wow, there's a lot of units. A lot of units that didn't seem to be here before. So what we're going to try and do is thin some of these out. Wow, that didn't help much, did it? Let's go back to the main world. So we're going to take a number of units through. This could end really badly for us in a number of different ways. Yeah, didn't do as much damage there as I would have liked, though we did push them back. Oh wow, there's even more of them. And let us take these units and bring them back through. And they can't move anywhere now, so this could end up being nasty, but we're going to end the turn, because not an awful lot else we can do. These guys are out of moves, so let's get them back to a more defensive position. They were only going up there to scout out anyway, to see what was about. So, let's end the turn and see what happens. Right, he's dropping a fireball. Didn't do an awful lot of damage, but I'm beginning to think he doesn't actually have all that much mana, so that's not going to be too much of a problem for us. Red guy's still attacking our ally. Yeah, I thought these guys would attack. Wow, they do have a lot more units around than I was expecting them to be honest. I mean, no wonder they say that you really need to have a decent army to go through these places. Clearly, there's a lot of useful things around here. They're really defending something, aren't they? The question is, what are they defending? He's going to go for my archers. I might have known that would happen. Although he's technically put himself in a worse position now because he can actually be hit by this city as well. So we've got a promotion on these guys. Let us give them some extra melee damage. We're going to move them up here and do our very best to start taking units out. As you can see, we have things here to loot. So this could be very interesting. Wow, there's a lot of nasty stuff up here. Get the feeling we're going to end up losing a few units. So we're going to move away from the portal. We're going to do our very best to try and get whatever that item is on that hex there. We've also got some holy ground. This might be a great place to settle a city if you can actually get into it safely. That's just going to be the thing that's difficult, getting in there safely. Okay, so let's look over here and see what we have. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that for the time being. We have a big shadow bolt, which we're going to drop right on top of your city. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but I didn't expect it to. I am going to, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Move my mages forward, and actually I'm going to move them forwards again. No, you can't move. You can't move another 1 hex. Fine. So let's move our healer forwards. He doesn't quite have the range to hit it, but he will on the next turn. We're also going to move our knights forward. Of course, they won't be able to do an awful lot, but we can potentially heal them up if we need to. They did get a promotion, though, which was good. So we'll give them some missile resistance. We'll also get another shadow bolt going if we can. Enemy at the gates. Okay, that's going to be this guy now. This should make him a lot easier to take out. There we go. Critical hit. He moved to our biggest city. So we get a nice little artifact. We also get some extra gold and mana. Now what can we do with that artifact? It gives a resistance of 25 elemental magic. So we could actually give that elemental resistance to our hero there. That could be quite useful. He does seem to keep getting fireballed. You clearly don't want to have that anymore, otherwise you wouldn't have put it there. Amazingly, I couldn't destroy it in a single turn, which is a bit of a shame. And they're still managing to keep producing stuff over there. So what we're going to do is have a look around and see what we have on this land, see if there is anything worth destroying. Not an awful lot. We're going to come back because what I want to do is get this area cleared so I can try and land some settlers on here. That's going to be the next plan. And I could do without the settlers being attacked by werewolves. That's the only problem. You guys are now going to heal up. You have done your job. Okay, so it looks like he's actually captured one of his old cities back, which is fantastic. You can... Actually, yeah, you can get closer because I need you to see what's going on. So let's end the turn there, see what happens. I get the feeling things are going to go quite badly for us in the other little area through the portal, which was half expected. My knights aren't doing particularly well there either. He's just milling around because I think he's kind of trapped. So he's going. Oh, he's done 1 damage. Well, he's going to get destroyed anyway. So yeah, the yellow guy's still moving up his units here, which I'm not particularly thrilled about. We've also had another change of diplomatic situations among the great mages, which seems to happen about every 5 minutes in this game, so that's hardly anything unusual. Wow, I can't believe my knights actually did a fair bit of damage there. That was always going to hurt, because I know that those greater fire elementals do a lot of damage. And units just seem to spawn like that. Right, he's backed off, but he's probably going to attack, is he? Yes, he is. And that's probably enough to kill the unit. Well, that's definitely enough to kill the unit. Oh no, he survived. I don't know how. But let's take that before we die. So that should be in our... Right, we've now got a combat broom. Flying. Unit power plus 10%. Interesting. Well, I don't think there's a lot else we can do here. We're in a really bad situation. I might try and get this guy back to the portal, but I don't think he's going to manage it. At least that's another unit sorted. But no, we're pretty screwed here. I don't think I'm ready to take on this place just yet. So let's get back out of here. Let's see what we've got. We have a new quest, which is to build a temple to Helia, or Helia. Again, costs a lot of gold. Would give us some wolves, but there again, I'm going to refuse it. We do take a penalty, but on the plus side, at least it's done and it's out of the way. Okay, spell is ready. So we are going to drop our Shadow Bolt once again on this place. We are going to use this guy to shoot, because he will do a fair amount of damage. We are going to move our healer forward, and he's going to do some damage to this place. We are going to move our mages forward, and they are going to do some damage to this place. Admittedly, not an awful lot of damage, but we're going to keep hitting things with whatever we can. We can get another Shadow Bolt, actually, so let's go for that. That's reduced it quite significantly. Now, remember, we do get passive healing from our healing units, so that's not too bad. We can now construct a building over here. Now, what should we be going for? We're actually in the plus on the gold at the moment, so I'm guessing we should probably go for... What city is this? Norcastle. What's Norcastle producing food-wise? Not an awful lot. It's actually... Let's put a farm up then. It's worth having a farm. So that's that done. A lord has come. This is the archer. I'm going to hire this guy without question. I'm going to give him the bow. Let's make him a flying unit as well. A flying archer. Can't really beat that, can you? So, okay, the red guy's now made peace with our ally. That's probably fine because he's now got one of his cities back. So let's sink your settler while we can. And start assigning some unit orders. So we've got our settlers. These are the guys that we're hopefully going to try and get down here very shortly. We're going to continue to use our galleons to try and clean the area up and make it safe for them to land. These skeleton veterans got an awful lot of missile immunity. So they may take a little while to kill, though. That's the problem. Doesn't matter, though. It'll take the settlers a while to get over there anyway. Not going to get you to do anything right now, because it doesn't really seem worth it. Could get you to attack, but you'll just lose more health. So I'm just going to put you on the defensive. You guys, again, you're about dead, really. There's not a lot I can do about that. Here is our archer guy, though. So we're definitely going to move you forwards. Not sure if that flying bonus actually gives him an awful... Oh, it does actually. There's a different icon when I tell him to move. So he can actually move quite far. So let's end the turn. Right, well we knew that unit was pretty much done for anyway. He's now attacking my hero, which means he's worried. This is a very good thing. Just hope the red guy leaves me alone for long enough for me to try and deal with the yellow guy. We've now got all these neutral things popping up all over the place as well. Don't think these guys are going to get back safely somehow. I think they are absolutely done for. Not a lot I can do about it, so I'm not going to worry about it. Although, saying that, wow, vampires. Well, let's get out of here if we can, because there's a lot of nasty units around. So, what have we got here to deal with? Demons have entered our plane. You have to find and destroy their portals. And, of course, there's some right there. There's a fair bit of damage done to them. Let's use our hero here, actually. He does a nice bit of damage to them. Still not destroyed yet, sadly. Let's use this one. And then what I can do is... that should have killed them. I can move my mages there now and loot that. So that gives me a lot of mana. I'm going to use my mages now to fire at his units in their city. Also going to do the same thing with... I'm going to get my healer to fire at their city. Going to get this tower to fire at these units here. That should be them done for. Hopefully. Yes, it is. And then we've got another load of these guys up here, which we should be able to deal with pretty much with our defences. Obviously, I need to get a unit over there to try and deal with them, though. Because I don't have any units over here. Select new research. Lands of Death. Turns any lands into lands of the dead. Turns the landscape of the target hexes to lands of death. Works on contaminated lands. What's lands of death, though? Doesn't really say, does it? Oh, well. Well, it's got a fairly short research time. A new spell has been researched, which is Great Arrays Lands. Who still needs orders? You guys need orders. You're going to continue firing at these guys. See if we can't get rid of them. Right. Oh, we can use you guys to loot this, I suppose. There we go. We can now summon serpents as well. So what we're going to try and do is use these guys to try and loot the other ones if we can. It might take them a... I don't know. They've got a fair bit of movement, haven't they? Can't quite get there in one turn, but we'll see what happens next. Settlers are moving up. Okay, unit has no orders. That's fine for you guys. You guys are just going to camp there, basically. So let's see what happens next. That was a shadow bolt from somewhere. I can only assume that that came from the yellow guy because it's his turn. He's attacking a lot of my units, which is very annoying. I do have my healer there, though, so I can try and heal my mages. I did notice that my gold per turn had gone up. It's gone into the positive, but now I think about it, I did lose quite a lot of units through the portal, so that's probably the reason for that. You get an upgrade. Let us give you some extra missile damage. We're going to move you forward one and use you to take a shot here. Going to use our healer to heal our mages. And our mages are going to move forwards and take a shot. Of course, by moving them into the hex next to our healer, they are basically getting additional... It's getting additional health because I get passive healing. So we're going to start to use our warrior there. Right, what have we got? Okay, so we have got some demons and things that have popped through the portal. So we need to deal with these as effectively as we can. Definitely need to get you healed up. Galleon. Let's continue with these galleons. Starting to get these skeletons worn down quite nicely. What's the diplomatic change here? Right, you see, this is the thing. He broke the alliance with us because we made peace with his enemy, who was the red guy. Now, he's just made peace with our enemy, but it doesn't do anything to our alliance. I mean, I wouldn't want to break the alliance with him anyway, but it's very, very one-sided the way the diplomacy system in this game works sometimes. So, construction is now complete of the farm. We've got a couple more units that need orders. We've got these archers now, so let's start moving these hunters to the front line. Make some use of them. And that is about as far as they can move. You guys, of course, can now hopefully go and nick that imp portal, which is another spell plus some extra mana. And I think he actually got the other one, so not to worry about that too much. You can actually return back to the city as soon as you can, and that will be nice and safe. And you guys need some orders as well. We're just going to put you on to camp. I think we'll just have one more quick turn, and then we'll end the video there at the end of that, because we might actually... And now the red guy turns on us as well. Isn't that a surprise? So this is the issue now. What do? Do I make peace with the yellow guy and turn my attentions to dealing with the red guy? Or do I just deal with a war on two fronts and attempt to try and hold them both off? Really, really annoying. Well, what we are going to do is continue with the plans down here. We've still got units coming through that portal, which does make them easier to get rid of. We can construct a new building over here. Let us go for a craftsman's district, just so we can get some additional gold. We can construct another building over here as well. Let us go for a graveyard then, because it seems like it's worth having. We have a new quest. Build a temple to Fervus. Don't have another holy ground to do it. I might as well say okay. I mean, even if refusing gives you the same penalty as not accepting, so you might as well just accept it and then fail, as opposed to just refusing it outright. It's not going to make much of a difference. Did that wipe them out completely? No, it didn't. That was a shame. Let's try and take that out, which we can't. So let us use some fireballs. Just using these because they're cheap spells. That's one of his units wiped out. So annoying that he's done that. So very, very annoying. You've taken a very, very big hit here. I think what I'm going to do is get you to continue to fire. You got a critical hit. Going to move my healer here. Oh, my healer can't even actually heal him. So my healer's got no choice but to attack on this turn. So that's exactly what he's going to do. So are my mages. They're going to attack on this turn. And my other hero's going to attack on this turn. So I'm doing my absolute best to rush this guy down right now. My mages have got a level up, which is very, very nice. We could give them a fireball, actually. It's the only thing that's useful to them here, so let's give them that ability. You guys can continue to heal. You guys can move forward a space and attack the city for what it's worth. You're going to do next to no damage, but at least you are going to do some. And there we go, that's the end of the turn. So hopefully within another couple of turns, providing he doesn't completely wipe my units out, and it's not looking good for this guy. I don't actually know. Do I have a heal that I could use on a unit? That would be quite nice. Lesser heal. Do I have time to cast it? No, I don't, because I could have used that on him, which would have been absolutely perfect. I should have thought about doing that first, but didn't. So I may well end up losing that hero, which is quite a sad thing. But I really do want to get this taken out. It'll give me a lot more control over this area of the map. And then hopefully we can make peace with the yellow guy temporarily while we continue to deal with the forces coming down from the red guy. So we'll see how that works out. Probably not too well. Hope you're still enjoying the series. Remember, if you do have any questions, either leave them in the comments or send me a message. I'll do my best to answer them for you if I can. And if you've got any tips for me, by all means get in touch and offer them, and I'll do my best to try and incorporate them in a future video. So, until next time, goodbye for now.